buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
I think that the worst is behind us. The difficulties of the first half will not be repeated on the same scale in the second half.
That's totally ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We haven't even seen the worst yet. What do you mean behind us? The lying is unbelievable. Listen to this. Varney, listen to him.
When I look at the trading activity in big tech, and I'm talking Amazon, Microsoft, etc., when I look at the trading activity, I think they've hit a bottom.
He wouldn't know trading activity if he tripped over it. He would, but at least he's honest. He said,
"Don't ever take investment advice from me."
Last time he got on the air and told everybody a statement like that, we bought him. He got everybody killed. This is ridiculous. These are all lies. See, lying starts right at the top. If there's a liar in your company, it starts with the president or the chairman of the board. He's a liar. It always goes right down. It's how it works. It's the culture. And we have a liar. Our leader is a liar. One of the worst. So rotten to the core, this guy. You know what I'm talking about. Biden. No moral sense about the truth. And then you got the fake business news network, these people here. All they deal in is statistical trickery. They really do. They hallucinate prosperity. And all they do is trade in the promise of prosperity. They don't know what they're doing. And when they do, they lie. This is crazy what they're saying. Bottomed? Inflation's behind us? It's peaked? None of that's true. Let me explain. First of all, I don't like looking at fundamentals. Because to me, I think ever since we've had QE for 14 years, fundamentals, throw them out the door. Just you don't even need them. Okay? Once QE came in, once they took the market and financially engineered it to bring interest rates down to zero, to create an environment for big tech stocks to flourish so they didn't have to have profits, so the stock price was going up without profits. All you had to do is keep dropping those rates to zero QE. It was over. Forget talking fundamentals. But there are some things that you have to follow. You follow the flow of money. That's what I love about my chart. When I designed my Pro 2 color-coded chart, that's how I designed it. Based on what is the money doing? I don't want to hear these idiots telling me something like this. I want to know, where are the insurance companies now putting money? If you remember, we were in the oil. My gang members would tell you we were in oil before anybody else when it wasn't popular. And we got out when it was popular. Everybody was getting in at the top. I said, let's get out of oil now, take our profits, because what they're going to do, rotate out of oil And they're going to now take that money and go start buying tech stocks and bank stocks, try to rally the stock market one more time up to about 4,000 on SPX or 400 SPY. And they're going to try to rally the market one more time. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to cash out oil, and we were right. We were dead right. But the market is so bad, the economy is so bad, that's not even working for them. So, give you an example. How could the bottom be in? How could things be okay? When, first of all, economic growth, we finally got the number for the first quarter, the final one. You know how they give you the number, they readjust it like 5-6 times, they get it right. First quarter, minus 1.6%, no growth. The second quarter, they just came out with last Thursday or Friday, and they're estimating minus 1%. Now, that's 2 quarters negative back to back. That's inflation. I mean, that's your recession. So let's think about that. That's pretty bad. Now, here's the other thing. What they're doing, if you take the forward PE ratio, meaning let's just call it the value of stocks going forward, because you'll buy a stock with the idea out in the future. I'm going to buy this stock for $200 because it's going to be worth $300 in the future. Well, you're paying for these stocks what they call 14 times, okay? Or 50, right now, the S&P, you're paying forward earnings 15 times, 15.8 times. Well, what we're finding out, when you have and you look at the consumer confidence, and consumer confidence is tanking, what happens then? When consumer confidence drops, that means consumption drops. That means profits drop. Why? Because you go and check the factory orders. You go check the factory, and all of a sudden you see the factory orders are down. Why? Because when stores start selling their goods and consumers stop purchasing, stop consuming, or slow down, they look on their shelves, their inventory, and they still have an inventory build. Let's say last year at this same time you got 1,000 shirts. This year you got 3,000 shirts. You're not selling them, so they do not replace those orders. Where do you go look that up? Because that's bad. If they're not reordering, they're not getting new inventory. That means productivity's down. That means profits are down. That means earnings are down. And if earnings start next week drop, and they will most likely from forward PE of 15.8 to let's say 14, that means we can justify the stock market dropping down to about 2,800, 3,000 from where it is now. Yeah, that'd be one hell of a crash. So then you go and take a look at the yields. The treasury yields. Now they're backing off. They were at 3.8 in June. Now they're 2.91. And people, that's good. No, it's not good. No, that's bad. When your yields are dropping off, that's not telling you inflation's slowing. I know they're going to tell you that. It's telling you that our economic growth is dropping. So our growth is dropping. So think of what we got going here. Our GDP growth, negative first quarter, negative second quarter, yields dropping. That's telling you, that confirms that our economic growth is contracting. Take a look at manufacturing. Consumer confidence down. Look at the manufacturing numbers, orders, new orders, down. Productivity, how many people working? They're laying people off. They're not producing goods because they're not rebuilding inventory. And one of the most important numbers to look at, and I hate numbers, to me they're boring, but is when you have a couple numbers. One is called the Dallas Fed manufacturing number, and the other one is the Richmond Fed. These are 2 of 11 sectors, one in Dallas, one in Richmond. They take as the norm and look at those numbers. But there's a better one than that. It's ISM manufacturing. Now, what is that? That's a real detailed report about orders, cancellations. Oh, my God, it's horrible. I mean, this is what I did over July 4th. I get on vacation after 3 hours. I'm bored to death. So that's what's going on. So we got terrible situation, and we're going to get worse. And these people are sitting here just both-faced lying. And now they're turning around and telling us that Powell's saying, well, we may go back to QE or something that looks like QE. Are you kidding? When they get caught in these lies and they get everybody going in the wrong direction. And this is why people lose money. This is ridiculous. Join my gang for 10 days free. At least get out of that free 10 days how the market works.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Pick your words, say them again.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Look, if all you did was just join my gang, take advantage of the 10 days free. If at the end of 10 days, if all you did was learn how the market works, if that's all if you got out of that 10 days, you said, I'm not going to stay with Phil after 10 days, I'm going to go just learn how the market works. What a difference that would make for you. Because they lie. That's their job, is to lie, not to tell you the truth. Remember, the fake Business News Network, okay, they have to pay to be on the air. They got to pay to be on the air. Everybody has to pay for airtime one way or the other. You go get an advertiser, he pays you, and then you pay the station. You have a TV show, you get an advertiser, they pay you, you pay the station. There's no free lunch. So they're going to say anything and do anything to get viewers. And they know what viewers want and listenership want. They want to be told everything's okay, like mommy. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to be all better now, okay? And they put these people on these shows like Varney, nice guy. He doesn't know anything. He knows nothing. He's not up 2, 3, 4 in the morning researching. Are you kidding? None of these people do that. They sit there, read teleprompters. I mean, come on. How can anybody say the economy's getting better? When you see the 10-year Treasury yield dropping, and not only that, but people, do you understand what's going on with the yield? It's inverting. What's that mean? That means that's really bad. You didn't hear him talk about that, though, did you? You can now go loan the government money, get more money loaning the government 2 years. We used to loan money to the government for 10 years because you would get more return. I say to the government, here, I'm going to give you the mark. I'll lend you money for 10 years. Give me 3%. If I lend you money for 2 years, you're going to give me 2%. That's the way it used to work. Now you get more money. You get better number by loaning them shorter period of time. That means they're in real trouble. They're in trouble. The banks are in real trouble. Nobody wants to admit that either. Because in 2008, 2009, remember, after they blew up the .com, remember what happened? They blew up the housing market. That set up for the banking to be destroyed, and they never wanted to fix the banking. Baby Bush didn't ever want to fix that, because that fix it means to take 5 of those big banks and get rid of them. Just trash them, take their assets, spread them around. That's what they should have done and put the economy into a recession. No, they didn't want to do any of that. So for 14 years, we've been carrying the banks. Now, how do you carry the banks? How do you make them stay alive? Just like we do with the government for the last 14 years. Create inflation. That's right. Inflation is what keeps the banks alive, okay? Same thing with the government. When you can keep inflating, create inflation, that means the government debt, the dollars become worth less. That means the debt that they owe to China becomes automatically worth less. So they're paying their debt down by destroying the economy. They pay their debt down by destroying the dollar. And when you destroy the dollar, that means in dollars, if I owe China $1 million this week, I only have to send them a check for $800,000. They don't owe them $1 million anymore. So they want inflation, and that destroys us, the consumer. I mean, this is crazy what's going on. And the other thing is when they took and they said, okay, we're going to create all these programs. Trump created the first one, $2 trillion CARES Act, but he didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay, he didn't. Nobody knew. You shut the economy down or not shut it. Right now, he admits that he should have never shut the economy down. It's the worst thing. And he learned from South Dakota when they didn't shut their economy down. They did terrific. But anyways, so when you have all this free money, you're printing, and the American Rescue Plan and the child tax credit, give each kid $3,000, and print another $6.8 trillion for the budget, and make sure it all goes to social programs and all this crap. It destroys us. It destroys the economy. Now, what they're trying to do is move this market from right now. They're going. Remember the other day, the market opened down. I think it was Tuesday. Opened up down 700 points, and I told all my members, no, don't short. It's going to go right back up. They're going to wipe out that loss. Yeah, I think that was yesterday or the day before. And I said they're going to wipe that out. Don't. That's all fake. Don't do it. And I was exactly right. We had 700 in the hole. In the afternoon, we were turning positive. I think but at least we got it down to nothing. Okay. I said what they're going to do is try to next week, starting I think Tuesday, we're going to start the real earnings, and they're scared. They got to push these earnings up. They got to get these earnings up. So what they're trying to do right now, between now and Tuesday, it starts Monday, but the real earnings Tuesday. Between now and Tuesday, they're going to cheat, do anything they can to try to push the market up, the S&P, from where it is right now, okay? They're going to try to push the S&P up to about 4,000, okay? So if you look at let's look at SPY instead of SPX, easier for me. It's at 385. They're going to do everything they can between now and Friday, Monday morning to be at 400, okay? Because they know the earnings are going to be horrible, so they wanted a cushion. So when the market drops, they got some wood. So they know if they can get up to 400 on the S&P, and when it drops, it'll come right back down to where the low is right here at 362. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to push the market up to 400 because they know the earnings are going to be horrible. Okay, so here's all you can do. You got to make a decision. You don't always invest. There's what they call investing, and then there's which we call position trading, and then there's trading. We're in for 2-3 days. Give you an example. I told everybody, my members, they're taking the money out of oil. We'll short oil and we'll buy tech, and that's what we did. And I said they're going to go after the same stocks. You know them. Apple is going to go up, and it's going up. Microsoft is going up. Nvidia, all the same players are all going up. But now people, unfortunately, are buying them like they're an investment, like they're buying into it today, like it's an investment. I'm getting into it. I'm going to stay in it now for another 2 years. I'm going to get my money back. No, you're going to get killed. You're going to get killed. So you should be buying the big tech stocks as swing trades. You're in for, anyway, the chart will tell you if you're in for 1 day to 5 days, and then you're out, and then you short again. But people are going to get in thinking, it's a good investment because of what they're saying, what they're telling us. They're lying to us.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grady, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grady at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free, okay? And even if the takeaway is just you have a better understanding how the stock market works, that alone, okay, is so important. At the end of 10 days, if you decide not to stay with me, just say, but I learned a lot about how the market works, why it doesn't go up, what's really inflation, how do high yields affect my investment. Give me an example. inflation. Most people don't know what inflation is. Now, I just heard Varney ask the dumbest question. I don't know how anybody, if I was on the board of directors and I heard him ask this question, he'd be fired immediately. I say, how can we have such a dumb arse, working for us? Listen.
Has inflation peaked?
I mean, you have to be the world's biggest dumb arse to ask a question like that. It hasn't even began to peak. Are you kidding me? Now, inflation technically, right, happens when prices are rising because we have an increase in production costs, like materials, raw materials, okay? Or you have this surge, a big surge in demand. Like, remember, nobody was working. They told everybody to go home, don't work. And then people got all this money from the government, and they used it to go buy stuff. And there was no more sneakers on the shelves, no more hats, no more shirts. They're gone because there was nobody replacing those orders. So that means if you always have on your shelf in your store 100 shirts, you're down to 10, and you're not going to reorder them, then those shirts that you sold for $20, you're now selling for $40. That causes inflation. Inflation's a horrible thing. Let me ask, think about inflation. First of all, like I said, it keeps our country, which is insolvent and which has a negative net value, minus 20 trillion, okay? Inflation has been keeping our country, which is insolvent, and our banks that have been insolvent, they've been keeping them propped up from 2009. They needed inflation they said, okay, here we are sitting here, 2008, 2009. Look at our banks, insolvent. Look at our government, it's insolvent. We should go into a recession. Oh, no, we don't do that. We don't want to do that. No. We don't want to do that. The rich, we don't want to do that. We have assets. We don't care about the guy on Main Street, the guy that's making $48,000 a year and his wife's making $30,000. No. Screw them. No. We look at this is we want this inflation because what we can do is if we just keep printing money and buying treasuries, get interest rates to zero, and then we'll keep buying tech stocks. We'll make a fortune because tech stocks will go straight up. They'll go straight up because they don't need profits. They don't need earnings. Those are all speculative. And they did this, and they created all this inflation for the purpose, of these insolvent banks. And we have a government that's insolvent. And remember, every president has said over and over, well, inflation is the biggest threat. Every president from Washington always said, inflation is the biggest threat to our capitalist system of government. It's the biggest threat. It'll take us down so fast in inflation. And being oil independent, you got to be oil independent. You got to have access to oil. And that oil is central to our national defense, our personal security. And we got this dope Biden who says, no, we don't. We could care less about inflation and oil. Get rid of oil. Let's destroy oil. We don't want to be oil independent. We don't want to be oil independent. The minute he said he doesn't want to be oil independent is when our national defense was torn apart. Our personal security torn apart because he didn't care about being oil independent because he needed to cut a deal with Russia and China to make sure that Putin gets those oil prices up. Why do you think? I know some theorists about these crazy theories, but I got to tell you, it makes sense. Why do you think when they're after Ukraine has last revolution, and they put this guy in as president, before they did, why do you think China invited Biden and his son, and they gave him $1.5 billion in money for a hedge fund? They never ran a hedge fund. They don't even know what a hedge fund is. They wouldn't know one if they tripped over it. Gave him $1.5 billion. And right before, remember now, Biden for 35 years, you got to think about it. This guy for 35 years been in the Senate, and for 35 years, this guy has been on the Foreign Relations Committee. From the day that Reagan was able to bust Russia, get that wall down, Biden has always been involved with Russia, with everything that's going on in NATO, in Europe over there, because he was head of that committee for 35 years. He knows all the players. After the wall came down and the 15 countries that formed the Union, Soviet Union, were split apart and they formed NATO, he was involved in all of that. He represented the United States. Remember, he's while he was doing that, we had 5 different presidents, so they all depended on him. This dope. So he's sitting there and he's got all these contacts. And every time they're going to put in another president, and if you think about what he did, he's sitting there with all these contacts with Putin. Putin now is sitting there, he's broke. They broke the Soviet Union apart, the biggest army in the world. Putin's sitting there, now he's in charge of Russia. He has no money. He's broke. Russia's broke. And he's wondering, okay, now all these nations that were part of the Soviet Union are now my enemies. And they're going to turn around and point their missiles at me. I can't afford to let them have Ukraine. If they have Ukraine, that means NATO and all these countries that were part of the Soviet Union hate me. They can set their missiles right up there in Ukraine and point them right down my doorstep. I can't have that. It was his job to get a compromise while he was broke, so there'd be no war like we're in. It was his job to come up with a plan to make sure he understood that NATO nations and he, now that he was broke, that, look, don't worry, we're not going to do that. Come up with something to give him confidence so he didn't do what he had to do. Biden did such a bad job because he's so bad at this that he didn't trust Biden, so he turns around, and what's he do? He decides, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to use my oil, my gas. I'm going to make Europe, my enemies, slowly dependent on my gas. So they have to consume 40% of my gas. Then I got them. And this is how stupid Biden was. He didn't figure it out. And while I'm doing that, they're paying me $55 billion a year. I'm going to take the $55 billion a year. I'm going to rebuild the Russian army. I'm going to rebuild it. So think about this. It was so easy, and Biden couldn't think this through, that, wait a minute, I better take the NATO countries, and I better take Ukraine and Russia, put them together, give them assurances we're not going to go and put missiles, just like putting missiles in Mexico pointing at us, Cuba. I'm going to give them assurance. I'm going to make sure, because this way here, he has no money and we'll be fine. He won't be a threat. Instead, it was Biden who built Russia to where it is today. It was Biden who was so stupid, made so many mistakes, that Putin turns around and says, I'm going to sell gas to Europe. I'm going to hook them. They're going to need my gas. They're going to pay me $55 billion, and I'm going to build a pipeline right from Russia to Germany, away from the land, right through the Baltic Sea. And Biden sat there, so stupid, didn't realize what was going on.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang for free for 10 days. Now, even if you don't plan on staying, that's okay. Because during that 10 days, if you just learn how does the market work, it's so valuable to you. It's not going to cost you. To give you an example, now, you should not be investing in Microsoft or Apple, but a lot of people are because they're telling people inflation's peaked, the bottom's in, and they're telling you buy on this dip. You're going to get killed. So let's take, for example, Microsoft. So if Microsoft, I look on my Pro 2 color-coded chart, and it's solid red. We bought it. We did a swing trade. We started somewhere, I think it was on June 14th, to today. That's about 10%. It's called a swing trade. Now, you know not to invest in it, means stay in it for more than 4 or 5 days, because it's going to come back down. How do you know that? Because the color-coded chart is never wrong. It's solid red. So you don't have that. Your chart, you look at your chart, you got candlesticks green, green, red, green, red. When the institutions are telling us they're not putting a lot of money into Microsoft, it's just what they call a trade, not an investment. You should know that before you buy a stock. You should know that, but you don't have a chart to understand that. I do. We designed one. It's patented. And what a help that is. So that's Microsoft. Now let's take Apple. We bought them both on the same day. Okay? It was around the 13th to 14th. Just swing trades. That's all they are. Now, as you have a downtrend and a swing up inside a trend, it's going to go back down again. Now, the trend stays the same. The market's been going down for 185 days. Think about that. The last time we had the market crash, it went down 30% in 10 days. We're on our 185th day, and we're at between about 20% now if you average it out, 20%. 185 days it took us to get down 20%. 185 days, what the hell's wrong? It took, in January 2020 to February 2020, it took just 30 days. So it's telling you, we got a major problem in our market. And they're telling you today, oh, inflation's peaked, things are looking good, we got earnings next week, they're going to be great, go buy tech stock. Yes, buy tech stock, but buy it just on a swing trade. That's all. And that's what you're going to learn in 10 days. If that's all you walk away with and you got that free, what the hell's wrong with that? To know when to buy and when not to buy. So everybody goes for the same stocks. They're all going to go buy Apple. We all know this. They're going to buy Microsoft. Everybody's going to go buy Google because everybody thinks they're going to get rich now. They think inflation's over. They're telling you that. And the market's good again and everything's all better. Mommy said everything's all better. Take Amazon. If you bought Amazon and a swing trade, same thing, around June, all these are the same date. If you bought this, it was a beautiful setup, Amazon, on June 17th. It was around $103. Today it's $114. Okay, that's 10%. So each one of these stocks are about 10% returns. And you put it in your pocket, and then what's going to happen? You're going to make another 10% when they come down. But here's what's going to happen compared to you and my members. My members are going to take that money, put it in their pocket because they know it's not an investment. They know Microsoft's not an investment. They know Apple's not an investment. Okay, they also know that Amazon's not an investment. They're swing trades. So you're going to stay in them as an investment, and then when the stock starts coming down, you're going to stay in it. And they're going to tell you, cost average it down. Put more money in, cost average it down. So if you're losing money, just buy more of it cheaper. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? Cost average down. You're losing value on your stock, and they want you to buy more of it. But if you understood the difference between an investment and a swing trade, or what we call a swing trade and position trade, what a difference it makes. Because not only do you make money on the way up, you're going to make money on the way down, shorting it back down. So for 10 days, at least let us explain to you what's going on in the market to help you. I'm running out of time. I want to talk about this thing with Biden again. That guy, he comes out the other day and he talks about how, I'm going to try to get what he said exactly. I don't want to make a mistake. But he's talking about how banks, he's going, I want to get it right here. If I can find it. I know, I just had it here. Now it's gone. He's talking, here it is. He says about the oil companies. At a time of war, to have refinery profit margins well above normal and then being passed on to American families, not acceptable. Not acceptable. Like he judges what's acceptable? This gangster? Are you kidding me? That he took his young son, James, and because he was best buddies with every president they put in Ukraine, and cut a deal, between the Russians and the Chinese, and that the son would broker coal from Ukraine to China. China didn't have to broker. They could buy it directly. But these are the deals he was doing for his kids. I mean, this is, and he's trying to lecture us. And here's what really, you want to talk about hypocritical, talking about oil companies. Wait a minute. How about Kerry, his best buddy? He jets around in his plane, right? We pay all the expenses. And so so I guess what he's telling us, what is acceptable, right, is for Biden, his best pal, the climate czar, private jet. They figured last year he had an emission of about 166 metric ton of carbon while he was traveling, lecturing all of us about climate change. Well, wait a minute. So the president's lecturing us about oil companies, and he goes around lecturing us about oil companies. Yet, while he's flying around and emitting all that crap carbon, he owns $57 million in Valero. He owns Conoco. He owns Cabot, oil and gas. Aren't these people hypocrites? They're unbelievable, aren't they? I mean, it just makes you sick to your stomach. Oh, and by the way, his young son, too, Biden, before I forget, he gave his young son a $35 billion contract to build 100,000 houses in Afghanistan. The most this kid knew about a house is how to open the front door, go in, and eat a sandwich. That's all he knows about homes. Nothing. And then Biden, one of his best pals in Delaware, owns one of the biggest construction companies in the world. He says, how about I do this? I'll give you the contract for $35 billion. Give each one of my kids $750 million, and I'll give you the 30. That's the God's honest truth. Can you imagine? And he's lecturing us. This guy's lecturing us. Give me a break. Now they're lecturing us about what to do, how to invest stocks when they're lying to us. I mean, what's going on? It's just. Oh, do you notice they're talking about green shoots again? This was in 1999, 2001. Remember Larry Kudlow and his stupid green shoots? They're bringing it back. Listen, when they don't know what to do, they go back to the old game card. Listen to this.
We are starting to see some bits of good news, some green shoots.
Can you believe this? Larry Kudlow was talking about green shoots, how great things was. There was no housing crash coming. Look at the green shoots, and then everything went to hell. Now they're starting that again. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. Look, join my gang for 10 days. Take advantage of the free for 10 days. Just learn how the market works, how it connects. So before you buy a stock, should I be in the stock or not? What should I look for? If yields are coming down, what does that tell me? If the 10-year Treasury yield is coming down, what message is that sending? What should I know? Should I be getting into stocks like Coke or Pepsi or Clorox for protection, or should I get into the bond market? How's that work? Or should I be in transports? At least at the end of 10 days, you're going to have a clear vision of what the market is. The market's not about the hot stock, the hot stock, the hot stock, the hot pick. It's having an understanding how it works. How when you put the pieces together, does it make sense? Like right now, they're telling you to buy Apple and Microsoft as an investment. Okay, buy it off the bottom. No, it's a swing trade. Join my gang free for 10 days.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.